Tension is rising as Draymond Green publicly disagrees with LeBron James' bold new playoff idea, and it's causing serious waves across the NBA. While LeBron pushes a radical change that could completely reshape how the postseason works, Draymond isn't holding back. The Warriors star made it clear he's not on board, and his strong reaction has sparked a heated debate among fans, analysts, and even players. Could this disagreement signal a bigger rift between NBA stars? Or is it the start of a major shift in how the league approaches the playoffs? One thing's certain, this controversy isn't going away anytime soon. Stick around for all the explosive reactions, behind-the-scenes details, and what this clash means for the future of the NBA. When two of the NBA's most outspoken and influential veterans go toe-to-toe over how the league should handle player fatigue and postseason readiness, you know it's a conversation worth paying attention to. Draymond Green, the emotional engine of the Golden State Warriors and never one to shy away from controversy, is pushing back hard against LeBron James' recent call for a radical change in the league's calendar. And when we say radical, we mean it. LeBron floated the idea of a full month-long break between the regular season and the playoffs. That's right. 4 full weeks off. The logic? Recovery. Rest. Resetting the body after an 82-game marathon before diving into the most intense basketball stretch of the year. To LeBron, it's about injury prevention, longevity, and elevating the quality of playoff basketball. But Draymond? He's calling timeout on that proposal figuratively and literally. On his podcast, The Draymond Green Show, he made his position crystal clear. He respects LeBron's perspective, but in classic Draymond fashion, he's not holding back. He argues that too much rest can actually backfire. Conditioning declines. Game rhythm disappears. And ironically, the risk of injury might actually increase when players come back cold. Instead of a month, Draymond's pitching a 2-week break, a reasonable middle ground, in his eyes, along with smarter scheduling between playoff games themselves. This back and forth isn't just sports talk show fodder. It opens up a much bigger conversation about the physical demands of the NBA season, the modern athlete's workload, and how the league should evolve to protect its stars without compromising the product fans love. So let's dive deeper. To understand where LeBron is coming from, you've got to look at the context. He's 40 years old and still playing at a top-tier level. That's unheard of. But to do that, LeBron has had to manage his body with extreme precision. Every year, it gets harder. And not just for him, veterans around the league have echoed similar concerns. Back-to-backs. Cross-country flights. Short turnarounds. It adds up. On the Mind the Game podcast, which he co-hosts with JJ Redick, LeBron laid out his vision. He said, maybe 12 to 15 games left in the regular season, give us a month to prepare for it. Because it goes from 0 to 100. What he means is that the transition from the regular season, where load management, rotations, and pacing are constant considerations, to the playoffs, where every possession matters, is brutal. It's like flipping a switch. And older players, even with all the modern medical advancements and recovery tools, struggle with that jump. It's not just about LeBron either. Injuries in the playoffs have become a persistent storyline. Think back just a few years. Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid. Even Steph Curry has battled nagging issues deep into May and June. These aren't fringe players. These are superstars. The guys the league builds its postseason around. So LeBron's suggestion isn't as wild as it might sound at first. It's not laziness or an excuse. It's about protecting the product. He believes better rested stars will deliver a higher level of basketball in the playoffs. And from a fan's perspective, who doesn't want to see all the top players at their absolute best when it matters most? But now let's pivot to Draymond's take, because his pushback is just as compelling. Draymond Green has been through the wars. He's played over 150 playoff games, been to the finals 6 times, and won 4 championships. He knows what playoff basketball demands. He knows how the body reacts to downtime, adrenaline, and high-stakes situations. And for him, LeBron's month-long break idea is a step too far. On his podcast, Draymond said, "I know Bron talked about there being a month off before the playoffs. I don't know that that's possible. Guys will get a bit out of shape, pull something because it's been a month." He's not saying no break at all, he's just saying let's be realistic. In his view, 2 weeks is the sweet spot. That's enough time to heal minor injuries, recharge mentally, and still stay in game shape. He even broke it down further. "Ain't no NBA player getting out of shape in 2 weeks," he said. "But you can get a lot healthier in 2. That's classic Draymond logic. Cut through the noise. Keep it practical." And he's not wrong either. There's precedent here. The NBA already pauses between the regular season and the play-in tournament roughly 4 or 5 days for top-seeded teams. Add in a couple more days, maybe tweak the play-in scheduling, and suddenly you're approaching that 2-week window. It's doable. Draymond also touched on another crucial element: spacing within the playoffs themselves. He argues that the league could do a better job of ensuring proper rest between playoff games, especially during series that require cross-country travel. He cited an example from 2018 when Steph Curry pulled a hamstring, pointing out how tight scheduling might have contributed to the injury. More spacing between games, especially Game 3 and 4 travel dates, could make a difference. So here we are. LeBron wants a full month to rest and prep. Draymond says, let's compromise 2 weeks is plenty, and let's clean up the playoff schedule too. But what does the league think? NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has been asked about these types of ideas before. His response has typically been cautious but not dismissive. He acknowledges the grueling nature of the NBA calendar, especially for older players and stars playing heavy minutes. But he also knows that making major changes like pausing the season for a month would impact everything from TV deals to arena bookings to team revenue. Still, the league is clearly paying attention. Over the past few seasons, we've seen the introduction of load management policies, more strategic scheduling to avoid excessive back-to-backs, and of course, the new in-season tournament to spice things up without adding games. The NBA is evolving, it just tends to move slowly. One thing Silver and league officials are watching closely is injury data. Are players really getting hurt more in the playoffs? Is there a pattern tied to fatigue or schedule congestion? And are rest periods like the All-Star break actually having a meaningful impact? So far, the data is mixed. Some injuries are freak accidents. Others are tied to wear and tear. But the fact that this conversation is even happening suggests the league is open to ideas. Meanwhile, fan reactions to the LeBron-Draymond debate have been passionate and split. Some fans agree with LeBron, arguing that the postseason should feature the very best version of every star, and that's only possible if they're fully rested. They point to how many playoff runs in recent years were derailed by untimely injuries. The 2021 playoffs, for example, saw star after star go down. It felt like a war of attrition rather than a showcase of elite competition.